Hello viewers, you're welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to reveal to you a simple mathematics trick that will help us to get the square root of imperfect squares such as the square root of 90, the square root of 38 and so forth without a calculator. So stick around and watch this video till the end. In mathematics, there are numbers that are regarded to as perfect squares and others are called imperfect squares. By perfect square, we mean that whenever we take the square root of these numbers, they will always give us a whole number. For example, the square root of 1 is equal to 1, the square root of 4 is equal to 2, and if you come down to the square root of 144, it's equal to 12. There are other numbers that are not here, but they will always give us a whole number. So we call these categories of numbers perfect squares. So that means that 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81 down to 144 are all perfect squares because whenever we take their square root, we will always get a whole numbers. While there are other numbers such that whenever we take their square root, they won't give us a whole number. Rather, they will give us decimal numbers. For example, if you take your calculator and press the square root of 90, it will give you about 9.48, and that number is regarded to as a decimal. So in the course of this video, I'm going to show you a simple math trick by which you can get the square root of 90, 38, and other imperfect squares without a calculator. So let's come to our first example, which is the square root of 90. So when we have an imperfect square and we want to get the square root of that number, what do we do? So the first thing we have to do is to look out for the perfect square, the closest perfect square that does not exceed that number. So 90 is between 81 and 100. And the closest perfect square that does not exceed it or that is not greater than it is 81. So remember, 90 is between 81 and 100, but the closest perfect square that does not exceed it is 81. Both of them, they are both closer to 90, but 81 does not exceed or is not greater than 90. So I'm going to take the square root of 81, which is 9. So when we do this, we are going to subtract this number from that number, which is 90 from 81, which is 90 minus 81 will give us 9. Then we are going to double this number. By doubling, it means 9 times 2 or 9 plus 9. And 9 times 2 give us 18. So we can cancel that. 9 into 9 is 1. And 9 into 18 is 2. So 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So when we add up this, the square root of 90 becomes 9.5. Actually, when you press the square root of 90 on your calculator, you get about 9.48, which is approximately 9.5. So in our second question, we are told to look for the square root of 38. And now 38 is between 36 and 49. But remember the rule. You have to look for the closest perfect square that does not exceed that number. So 36 is the closest perfect square that does not exceed 38 or is not greater than 38. So the square root of 36 is 6. Next, we have to subtract 38 from 36 itself, which is 2. Then double this number. 6 times 2 will give us 12. Now, when we simplify this fraction, 2 into 2 will give us 1, and 2 into 12 will give us 6 rather. So this becomes 1 over 6. And 1 divided by 6 is 0.16. And when we add it to 6, our final answer becomes 6.16. So in our third question, we are told to look for the square root of 12. And 12 is between 9 and 16. But remember the rule that you have to look for the closest perfect square that does not exceed that number. And in this case, 9 is the closest perfect square to 12 that does not exceed 12. And the square root of 9 is equal to 3. Next, we'll subtract 9 from 12. And 12 minus 9 will give us 3. Then we double this number. 3 times 2 is equal to 6. When we simplify this fraction, 3 into 3 will give us 1. And 3 into 6 will give us 2. So this becomes 3.5. So definitely the approximate value of the square root of 12 is equal to 3.5. So in our fourth and last question, we have to look for the square root of 128. 138, and 138 is an imperfect square between 121 and 144. Remember the rule. The rule says we have to look for the closest perfect square that does not exceed that number. So in this case, the closest perfect square between these two that does not exceed 138 is 121. And the square root of 121 is 11. Next, we subtract 121 from 138. So when we subtract this from this, we are going to have a remainder of 17. Next, double this number. 11 times 2 will give us 22. Next, when we divide 17 divided by 2, we are going to get 0.77. And when we add it to 11, it will give us 11.77. Therefore, the approximate value for the square root of 188 is 11.77. But let's just add this to the video. In mathematics, whenever you take the square root of any number, you are supposed to have a positive or negative value as your answer. For example, in mathematics, the square root of 100 should give us plus or minus 10. So if I'm to take the square root of 12, which is an imperfect square, it should give me a plus or minus 3.5. Why is it so? Because positive 10 times positive 10 will give us 100, and also negative 10 times negative 10 will give us 100. Same thing with positive 3.5 times positive 3.5 will give us 12, and negative 3.5 times negative 3.5 will also give us 12. So friends, I hope you learned something from this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, as I always drop video on this channel every Saturday evening. Don't forget to like this video, and also drop your questions and suggestions in the comment section of this video. Till you get to see my next video, do have a wonderful time.